But the question that I have here is, while I'm somebody that I do think the Bulls can flirt near 500 this season, would too early of a success for this team, and even then, success, right? Like success. Even then, would it be would it kind of put AK back where he was before? And the reason why I ask this is that most Bulls fans will remember that this team, they put this team together. Well, the last version of the team together, trading for Nikola Vucevic the season prior, in one offseason, bringing in Alex Caruso, DeMar DeRozan, Lonzo Ball, right? And that team made the playoffs. And then we saw at that team, AK then focused on continuity. We didn't really make a lot of moves to make that version of the team better. Yes, Lonzo went down with injury. We did bring in Andre Drummond, who I do think helps with that. We didn't have a lot of first-round picks. Would this team then thus go back to what they were doing before, which was problematic, and double down on the roster? Like, for example, if the Bulls do win 40 to 41 games, like I think that they can, and somehow get out the play-in, would AK still be focused as he needs to on making the changes that are needed to this roster and continually evolving the roster? Or would AK then go into, especially with everybody, most of this roster being unrestricted free agents at the end of the year and going in restricted free or going into free agency, would then AK look at this and say, "Oh my God, we got to keep these guys together. We got to keep these guys together," right? And that is a legitimate concern that I think Bulls fans have to have in this, because that's what AK has shown before. Now, one could say it's a little bit of a difference between that version of the team and this version. That version had given up so many first-round picks to build that version of the team. Of course, they were going to double down on it, right? Of course, they were going to re-sign Nikola Vucevic. Of course, they were going to do these things because the assets that they gave up to bring those players in, and the fact that they hadn't yet been in a place to recoup those assets, then they're going to try to keep those players around. And I can't knock anybody if they feel that way. But when you look at this roster and you see Nikola Vucevic is unrestricted free agent, Zach Collins, unrestricted free agency, Kevin Huerter, Kobe White, Ayo Dosunmu, Javon Carter. Hey, listen, if y'all want to see me crash out, see the Bull. If the Bulls re-sign Javon Carter, the crash out that you're going to see is going to be of epic proportions. Don't worry about how I've roasted people in live streams. The crash out is going to be legitimate, because that would be stupid. But nonetheless, right? Will we see AK once again fall into the trap of falling in love with a version of a roster before and not realizing that there's a lot that still needs to be done before you're truly competitive in the Eastern Conference, even if you do somehow luck up and move up to a 6 seed or a 7 seed or something like that, or get to a 500 season? And that's a legitimate concern here. We've seen too much of this front office double down